Hi guys, Lawrence here, and I'm at the British Museum here in London. As you can see right here, it's absolutely epic, but it's also really quiet. Why that is because there's a special private screening of a manga exhibition going on, hosted by the British Museum, and they've invited me and Philly to come along. So let's go and take a look, and come and join me. Now usually it'd be really bustling around here, but to see it just this quiet, and this is the middle of London, remember? Weird. I never knew Pikachu was into museums and culture and stuff like that. So now we're about to go in, and you can definitely tell now it's getting quite highbrow in here because no music, just ambience of the room and British people whispering and empty benches. This is the British Museum, and it's usually really rammed. To see any of this just silent, really weird, but not as weird as what's about to be inside. Let's go. This contains every single mood that there is to know about manga. Praise be Kazuhiko Toriyama. He gave us a lot of stuff in Dragon Ball. So this is one of the main reasons that we're here. We are here at Dragon Ball. Here's a Goku, Goku in the modern Toriyama style, and a classic Dragon Ball panel. Right here with all the notes, and I'm going right to left. And as you can see, if you look really closely, the actual text is added in, and then when it's scanned in, it all kind of comes down into one. So this is an actual original, like, treatment for, I believe this looks like it's Kid Goku punching King Piccolo. Gosh, it's like Toriyama classic. So here's some more examples. So we've got more of like the original Dragon Ball. So you get to see here is Goku learning the Kamehameha literally by just looking at it. But as you saw, what we saw earlier, there's more notes right here. It's all the original, because if you look closely, that these are kind of like the writing of Akira Toriyama, and then they add it obviously here, just in case you can't see, just because of in case of proof. And then you got all the reaction. He literally destroys the card first time he tries to use Kamehameha. Another panel from that one. Then, of course, we've got the Dragon Ball. I think this is, yeah, this is from, I think, right at the end of Dragon Ball. Yeah, this is, yeah, because young Chi-Chi, obviously. But yeah, this is just all the stuff you don't, yeah, for example, you don't usually get to see any of this. So this is just right here. All of this showcased. All the case from Akira Toriyama. And curiously enough, they have even the blood type down here. And it's unknown because Toriyama is Torybot. Robots do not have blood. Excuse me.
You want to be Mexico, is you?
We created this exhibition. It started off, well, to be honest, the British Museum has been collecting manga for, it depends on how you define manga. We define it as starting out with Kitazawa Rakuten and Okamoto Hippei in the late 19th century. The British Museum is collecting manga since then. So it's been complete, it's natural that we would do a manga exhibition. We decided a few years ago that we got permission to go for it on a much larger scale, and then 2 years ago we got this grand space, and the space has never had a Japanese exhibition before. And then to put manga in, it's, I mean, I think it's wonderful. It's right next to the Rosetta Stone. It's, you know, it's just, it's really a key place for us.
It's a dancing Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu 2.
With the Attack on Titan head behind.
Oh, he's just so cute. Absolutely going for it. We love it.
Look at him go. What was it like actually meeting Toriyama?
It was amazing. I can't tell you. It was such an honor and a privilege, but it was incredibly humble.
Yeah.
And so it was, I went down to Nagoya to meet him, and we were in this really posh hotel and going to this room, and he has, you know, a lot of editors around him with bodyguards, but he was there with his wife, and he was just so easy to talk to. And the first thing he said was that he loved England, and he had been here twice, and he really enjoyed it. And what I found, my main impression was that he was incredibly humble, but really engaged, intelligent, and he had a great relationship. What I really liked was he had a great relationship with his wife, and he was his manager. And so I felt that there was this kind of just very supportive atmosphere. I just want to point out that someone is right behind you.
He's very excited after his movie did very well.
He picked them up with his editors. So to be honest, I don't know how much he did versus his editors, but I think they work in very closely together. He has brilliant editors, and they respond to what they always go back. What I've realized is the editors always go back to the artist, and they don't do things on their own bat. They do.
Yes.
They might make suggestions, but the ultimate choice and the ultimate
Yes.
authority always goes back to the artist.
Yes, because he has a very close relationship with Toriyama.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
No, I study a lot of these things, and a lot of the things he doesn't even
Did you
remember.
see our Toriyama-san?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, no, he is very intrinsic to a lot of the things, like with a cell. Yeah, something that he really kind of pushed a lot of stuff out of Toriyama.
Yes, and I really think, you know, we underplay editors. We think of them just as kind of, you know, helpers, but they really, it's this close relationship, and it says a lot about Toriyama Sensei that he is flexible.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And
yes.
One thing I was really impressed is that he really knows. He knows his birds. He knows his cars. He knows. I mean, he has just such a amazing encyclopedic mind. And
yes.
really studies. So when you look at the way that he draws the card, he draws from every single angle.
Yes.
And you know, and so seeing the drawings, when we got the actual Manga drawings, it was like, oh, he's really talented. I mean, he always knew himself, but
yes.
you don't realize how brilliant
exactly.
his wrist, you know, how brilliant.
So after talking with Nicole, we're back at the bookstore, and you know this is the place of culture. When they have Rohan at the Louvre right here. Huge collection of manga right here, which people are more than happy to just literally pick up and read. They can just skim through, and I picked up a wrong example because this is in Japanese, and I wish I knew Japanese, but the whole point of this is that you just pick this up, and they cycle through it fairly regularly, maybe every couple of weeks, and just get into it. You can just sit down here, have a look around, wander, and just find a series you might not have otherwise seen. Like, for example, Philly right here found Chi's Sweet Home just now.
Yeah, and this was partly inspired by the fact that when they asked the manga artists, you know, expecting them to be excited at their work being displayed, their response was that manga is designed to be read.
Yes, exactly.
And so it wouldn't be a manga exhibit unless it was stuff that you could read.
Yeah.
And am I right, Viz have partnered with them to provide these QR codes which allow you to have access to download some of the chapters. So obviously, luckily they have Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z for you to use. But come along and browse some manga that you've never thought.
Yeah, exactly. Or you can just, you know, look at Dragon Ball again. So this is one of the crowning glories of the exhibit. This is a huge 17-meter tapestry by Kawanabe Kyosai. And he did all of this in 4 hours, fueled by the power of 6 bottles of sake, and these were big bottles. And these are all the different types of yokai coming out of all of the boxes that they were contained in at dark, after night, when all the performances were done, to cause mischief. And this is like the last time this is going to be showcased outside of Japan or anywhere, really, because as you see, this is like over 100 years old. It's deteriorating. It needs to be preserved. But yeah, sake, great inspiration. Just a bit creepy. That is Comiket queuing. I remember that. I don't want to do it again. No, you're not supposed to see. You have to come to the exhibit if you want to see this in detail. And that's it pretty much for the manga exhibition here at the British Museum. I strongly suggest that you come and look at this book because you really learn a lot of stuff about not just Dragon Ball, but throughout the entire history of manga, and it's just not what you expect from a textbook. It really is something you have to do. So if you're passing through London, give the British Museum a look. Great Russell Street, hashtag manga exhibition at British Museum, all that kind of stuff. So thank you very much for watching, and once again, Waned's glad to be of service.
There's obviously some music in his head that he's dancing to.
He's got speakers in his ears that are not speaking.
Silent disco featuring Pikachu.
It's just keep it in my hands, I'm so sorry.